writers, welcome to this drafting mini lesson all about writing an introduction. Now, you might be asking yourself, Mrs. Wingers, why did you put this lesson kind of like lower on the lesson menu? And I do have a reason, and let me tell you what that is. So usually introductions come at the beginning of an informational text, but in my experience, it's actually better to wait until you're done drafting to write your introduction. If you write it at the beginning, you don't always know exactly what's going to be in your draft. So my advice to you is finish all of your drafting first and then kind of review all of the things you wrote, because then you can include all of that in your introduction. And let me kind of show you what I mean by showing you my own writing and talking through how I write an introduction for my own informational piece. Okay, so here I have my possible table of contents, kind of some ideas that I sketched out. And then as I drafted, I wrote each of these sections long. So here I have a section about why people hike. I have a section about the equipment you need, the types of hikes that you can go on, safety, and my favorite hike. And if I were to try and make the introduction before I drafted all these pieces, I wouldn't know exactly what would be in them. But now that I have all of the meat, the heart of the informational text written, now I can write my introduction to kind of preview all these things. And let me talk through how I do that. An introduction to an informational text is meant to introduce the reader to your topic. It's also a good idea to try and write something that will hook the reader in this part of your text so that they will want to read more. Right? If I say in my introduction, hiking is boring, then they might just put down the book and say, I don't want to read this. I'm not going to read about something that's boring. So we want to make sure that our readers know that this is an exciting topic, and we'll kind of preview the things that they might learn and really get them hooked to want to read more. And that's kind of the purpose of the introduction. So thinking about that, I know I have the things that I talk about, right? Why people hike, types of hike, equipment you will need, safety, and my favorite hike. So I'm gonna work hard to make sure readers understand the types of things that I'm going to teach them and kind of give them a reason of why they should also be interested in hiking. Let me do that now. Okay, the draft of my introduction is now complete. I worked hard to hook the reader, telling them, kind of getting them to be interested in hiking right in the beginning. And then I also kind of previewed the types of things that I'll talk about in this text. And then finally, I ended with like a little, come on, let's go. Okay, so here it is. Heart beating, breathing heavy, sweat dripping. Sound fun? Well, if you are like me, this sounds like a blast. Sounds like you're on a hike, taking in beautiful views, enjoying physical exercise at the same time. If you want to learn more, keep reading. In this informational text, I'll explain why people hike, discuss different types of hikes, review the types of equipment you'll need, inform you about safety precautions, and even tell you about my favorite hike. So get your hiking boots on and enjoy the view. Da, 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 da. Okay, so as you notice, some of the things I did in my writing was like trying to capture the audience's attention, preview the things that they're going to learn about in the text, and then my final sentence was kind of like, come on, let's do this together, to kind of keep them reading, right? So as you go off to write your introduction, your steps today will be reviewing your maybe table of contents or all the sections that you've drafted so far. Think about a way that you can get the reader really interested in your topic, and then just write it. right? And then read it out loud, see how it sounds, and see if you need to make any changes. Okay, have so much fun. Introductions are really great. Bye.